Hi everybody, welcome back. My name is Lynn and I'm Pretty Papercrafts 67, and today I am going to do my design team project for WhichCraftDoYouDo for November. And today I am going to do something very off the page. I'm going to recycle some photo frames. When I was cleaning out Mum's home, I found a whole heap of photo frames. So yeah, I just thought we would do something a little different this month and do some upcycling. So I'm going to be using 3 different kits today. This one here is the Decorative Paper Mega Pack set number 3. Yeah, so many different background pages in this kit. I've only printed a few, but yeah, very much a go-to for me. I'm also going to be using one of my favourite kits, the Vintage People Set 2, and I'm going to be using some elements from the Bits and Pieces set number 8. But first of all, we'll get going on this one. So all I've done, I've taken a piece of corrugated cardboard and I have just cut it to the size of my frame. Simple as that. And I'm just going to use a sheet of paper. I've cut a few, but I really think I like this one here, and I do have a piece that's already cut, so we might use that one. And all I'm simply going to do is I am going to just cover that piece of corrugated cardboard with my patterned paper. So I'm just going to use some tacky glue, and I'm just going to, if my glue will play, just go over the entire surface of my corrugated cardboard. Got my hair sticking there, and give it a good amount of glue because you want it to stick down really well. Like about that. And then I'm just going to take my sheet of paper and just line it up on my corrugated cardboard and give it a good firm press. Now with the corrugate, sometimes you can pick up those little pieces of corrugation through the paper, and I love that look. So I'm going to press it quite firmly to try and get some of those corrugations to come through so that you can see the indents on my background page. Alright, so then I'm simply just going to cut that away from the back of my corrugated cardboard, just like that. And come around and do this one. Okay, so there is our background piece and the photo frame. That looks really pretty inside that black photo frame. All right, so now what I want to do is I want to measure. Now this photo frame, it's a flat edge and then it dips down a little bit. So I'm going to leave this inner edge black, and I've measured this distance here and it's about 3/4 of an inch around about. So I'm just going to cut some strips of the patterned paper at about that 3/4 of an inch mark. I'll just take a little bit of a hair off that just to make it nice and straight. Just like that. And then I have marked here on my scoreboard where I want them to be cut, but it is about that 3/4 of an inch. And I'm just going to cut 4 strips, keeping that nice and straight. 1, 2, 3, and 1 is 4. Like that. All right. Now, all I am simply going to do with these is I'm going to glue these pieces down onto the photo frame. And again, I'm just going to use this tacky glue And try and get it to the edges as best as you can. And just stick them down. Now these little bits that overhang, I will come back and trim those off when we're finished. And I'm just going to simply go around the entire frame, putting my pieces on. Just want to check that top edge is nice and level with the edge of the frame. Now you could, on your corner pieces here, you could miter if you wanted to, but I'm just not going to. And how is everybody today? I hope everyone is having a wonderful week. Tuesday today. So the weeks are just skipping along so fast. So I hope everyone is getting some time for some creating in. Christmas is so close. I want to actually go and do a little bit of Christmas shopping today if I can. Okay, so that is our 4 sides. Now I'll just give that a minute to dry. A minute to dry, and I'm just going to cut those edges off, and I'm just using my craft knife. And that one there. All right, so that is our frame covered. Now I'm going to leave that to dry for a little while, and I will come back to this in a little minute, and we'll do some more work on this one. Oh, that's a little bit, anyway, we'll come back to that in a little while. So I have worked ahead of time, and I did make a second frame, and this one I have used, this one here I have used the, oh, what is this kit? Oh, geez, I can't remember the name of this one, but I will, hang on, give me a minute. I might be able to find it. I've got some things up here on my computer. It is the Bits and Pieces set 8. So in that set, you've got these beautiful pages of like these book backgrounds, book spine backgrounds in a whole multitude of colours. So I have taken the rose gold kind of colour, and I have done exactly the same with my frame. But with this one, I've taken some sandpaper and I've just lightly roughed up the edges of it just to give it that really old look, and we will do that with the other frame when we're finished with this one. So really, really simple. It's like a shadow box sort of effect. Now I have worked ahead of time a little bit, and I have cut from the Vintage People set a row of photographs. They come in pages like this, and I've just taken the whole row and I've just machine stitched around the edges of the photos. And my idea is to kind of mount them inside the frame, just like that, just to make some pretty wall art. So, but because this frame is quite flat to the base board, I'm just going to build it up a little bit. So I've just cut some strips of corrugated cardboard, and they're about, I don't know, just over 1/4 inch, I suppose. And I'm just going to glue those down around the sides of this photo frame. And I have cut 8 because I'm thinking I want two rows kind of thing. So we'll just get on, and I will glue all of these down. Just keep that glue as close to the edge as you can, and just butt them one up against the other and just lay them down like that. I've just got them off to the side here, and I'm just simply going around all the edges Now this one here, I'll have to cut down this one a little bit. It's got a rough edge. So I'll cut that down at about there. That looks good. Pop this one in place. Just like that. And then I'm going to go around again and just give it a second amount of height just to create that shadow box feel. So we'll put that one on top of there, and again just keeping them as close to the edge of your background as possible. Oops. Glue seepage. That, and another one here. And then this last one here again. And again, I'll just have to cut this one down a little bit to fit in the gap. So we'll cut it there at about there. A little bit more. And if it doesn't exactly meet, it doesn't matter because your frame will cover all of this section. All right, so we'll put that one in place. I'm just leveling them all up. And then when we put our frame over the top, it's got that height. All right, so I'm just going to again cut off these extra pieces. And that's that. All right, now, so I've got my, this is where I want my picture to sort of sit in between, about like that, and then that will sit over the top like that. So what I've done, as I said, I have machine stitched. I'm going to give this a bit of ink, and I've just laid this down onto some cereal box cardboard. I just wanted it to have a bit of sturdiness about it. And so I will just give all the edges a bit of ink. Just like that. Now to break it up a little bit, I've just thought I would back this onto some black cardstock. And I just want, I suppose, about 1/8 of an inch top and bottom. I'm not going to worry too much about the sides because that sort of gets hidden underneath the frame. I'm just going to lay some glue on there. And then, as I said, I want to give it about 1/8 of an inch top and bottom. So I'm going to level that up with the edge and just kind of try and keep that as straight as I can, just to give that nice edge. And I'll just, it's a little bit crooked on that one. All right, so I'm going to cut this straight down flush with this side, and then I'm going to take that completely off there, I think. Now, this is the tricky bit because I don't want to cut my strings, but I want to cut with the trimmer just to give it that nice straight edge, about, like I said, about 1/8 of an inch. Hopefully I won't cut my strings. Oh, you're cheeky, aren't you? It's a little bit high. Oh, I've got the mark there. I'll just finish that off with my cutter and a ruler. So I'll just follow along, avoiding those strings, only because I like the sewing. And I'm just going to come along and just cut that off like that. And that just gives us that little bit of black and a black edge. All right, so I'll bring this back in now, get rid of some rubbish. And then this one here, I'm sort of wanting to mount it, oh, not quite in the middle, but a little bit sort of there like that. So if I use on my background sheet, if I'm going to use this gold band as my guide and sort of stick it there, and I'm also going to mount it with some foam tape just to give it, again, a bit of height. So I'm going to lay down some foam tape. Oops. About like that. And once that's all dried off really well, it's just sitting a little bit. And then again, put our frame on and it'll float. It'll give it that effect of floating. All right, so we will pop this one down. Just take off these backing strips, and I will just add a little bit more glue to these foam strips. Like so. And again, using this section of the print of the background, I want to kind of make that as straight as I can. All right, and then we'll just press that down. Now, what I've also got here somewhere, I've just grabbed from different kits some of the dates and signatures that come in different types of the background, the bits and pieces kits, and a lot of the freebies. So I just thought I would just pop some dates down the bottom here under each photograph. And I'm thinking again, I'm going to mount those onto some black cardstock as well, just to break it up a bit. So that's one. I just want to, again, just make a little frame around each of the little dates. With the black cardstock. All right, so we'll just give them a minute to dry off. And then we'll just cut these ones out. And again, I'm just eyeballing, but I'm kind of going to try and give it that about 1/8 of an inch. This is a little less, I guess, around each ticket. And it just breaks up that background a little bit. Oh, sticky fingers. So that's number one. And that's that one. And then we'll do our final one. All right, and then we will stick those ones down. Now again, I'm just going to try and line it up underneath each photograph, just as straight as I can. And I'm kind of wanting to line up all of the dates as best I can with each other, kind of thing. like that. And then the same with this last one. Out like that. All right, so that's our inside, and then we bring our frame back in, and all I'm going to do is glue the frame down onto my cardboard pieces. So again, just with some craft glue, I'm just going to go around, and this, I suppose you would want to make sure that your glue covers everywhere so that it gives it that really nice adhesion to the cardboard underneath. Okay, so this could be an epic fail. So again, just going to lay that down, and I'm just going to tip it and make sure it's sticking to everything that I want it to stick to, and it's nice and level. And there you have it. How cute is that? Now on the front here, I'm thinking I'm going to place a sentiment. Now these ones are from the Bits and Pieces set number 2. And I love this in a moment in time, but a moment in time, that one there. So I'm going to cut that sentiment out. I just like the script on this one a little better. Just like that. And again, I think I will give this one a little bit of black cardstock as well. And my thought, oh, you know what I've done? I've put that frame on upside down. All right, so I've just got the book. The top of my frame has the titles of the spines on the book. So that's better. That's what I wanted. Now this one here, I'm thinking I'm going to put straight down there. So I will give it a little bit of ink. And I'll grab that black cardstock again. And I'm just, again, going to glue that down and then cut it around, giving it a bit of a black cardstock border. Glue everywhere. All right, so I'll just lay that down like that. I'm going to grab something to clean up this glue. And my fingers. Okay, and we'll just cut this one out the same way we did with the dates. Just giving it a bit of a border around that sentiment. Just like that. And then I'm going to simply pop that one down there. It's a bit gluey. All right, and we'll glue that one down. And I'm going to try and get that as close to the middle as possible. All right, so that is our first idea, to upcycle a photo frame. Now I'll just pop my little bits aside. So that's our first one. That's a bit crooked, isn't it? Oh well, you get the idea. Now we'll go back to the first one that we were working on. Now what I want to do here, I just want to trim that a little closer. Now with my sandpaper, again, I'm just going to come in and I'm just going to lightly sand over the paper. I'm sorry about that noise if that's too loud for some people. Just to really rough it up, or not to rough it up as much as just give it a bit of a weathered look. And you can kind of see the corrugation where the sandpaper's sort of taken off the top layer of the patterned paper. And then I'm going to do it again the same way on the photo frame, just to rough up some edges. It doesn't take much. That one's a little bit, I'm just going to pop a bit of glue there. All right, now I'm just going to wipe that down. And just wipe down my table. And wipe that down. All right, so what I thought with this one, I'm going to give that a bit of ink. Just to give it a really old weathered look. You could also use some white acrylic paint or some gold gilding paste or whatever you like to really antique that frame. Now from the, again, the Bits and Pieces kit number 8, there's a whole collection of different cut apart pieces in different sizes. So I've just taken the 2 butterflies from this page, and again I've machine stitched around them. And I'm simply just going to place them down like that sort of thing. Now, I do want to build them up a little bit, but I don't know if I want to put the black underneath them. Although that black then would tie in with this edge. Now, what you could do with this edge, I'm not sure if it's got a white, you could rough up, yes, see, there you go. You could rough up this framed edge as well, just to expose some of the wood underneath it, which will give it that really nice old look again. Just like that sort of thing. I'll bring my cloth back in. Oh geez, excuse me guys, I've got to find that. That's gone under my table. Give me a minute. Oh, all right, found it. It was a long way down. All right, we'll just give this a bit of a clean up. Okay. Now, what? Yes, I think I will. I think I will give those that black cardstock background, because I think that will look really nice. So, once again, I'm just going to use glue. I'm just going to lay these down, and I want to give it about that 1/4 of an inch frame all the way around it. And I'll do the same with this one here. Again, I have machine stitched all around the edges. And I'll just put that one down there. And I'll cut those out as well. I'll cut my strings. So that's number 1 and number 2. There. All right. Now, once that's dried better, that will sit better, but it is kind of warping at the moment. All right. Now, because this photo frame is a little, it's got a higher edge, I'm not going to build it up as such. I don't think I need to. So I'm just going to kind of position those. Now the other thought I had was putting some cheesecloth down, but I'm not really sure if I want to do that or not. I could just lay a bit of, well, just cut some and just give it a bit of a background with it, just some cheesecloth like that maybe, and then that and that, like that sort of thing, and then our frame over the top. Oh, I do like the cheesecloth behind it. I do like that. Well, let's do that. So I'm going to give these some ink. Now, I haven't put the glass back into my frames, but if that's what you wanted to do, you could just mount your glass just inside the photo frame before you stuck it all together. So just a little bit of glue down to hold my cheesecloth, and then I'm just going to pop them there again just to see how we're going. I want those to be straight, and pop that over the top. I really like that. Alright, so we'll put this one down first. And put that one about there. And then we'll do the same with this one. And put that one down there. Just keeping them as straight as I can, and just again checking that they fall within the frame. Just like that. I'm going to just trim off just this tiny edge here of cheesecloth, because I want that sort of a bit frayed looking. And then that's going to go there like that. And then I've just got specimen. I've got the little word specimen that I'm just going to just pop down. I'm thinking I might just put it there like that, on that one there. So a bit of ink, bit of glue. And then we're just going to sort of put that one in that little bottom corner, like that. Swipe my fingers. Oh, I really like that. That's lovely. And I like the way it looks really old, how the paper has sort of come away in certain spots. And then we are just going to simply, I don't think I need to build that up. I might just cut a little bit of this away. A little bit like that away. Yeah, I really like that. So once again, I'm just going to put some glue down on the back of my frame. And I'm just going to level that up with that edge of the corrugated cardboard. Just like that. And as for the sentiment on this one, dragonfly, but we've got butterflies. Butterfly, look at that. Is that in a different font somewhere? Butterflies. Let's do that one. And again, I'm just going to lay that down on a bit of black cardstock. Put that in there. Let's give give it a minute to dry. And we'll cut it out. And we're going to put that one just there. And we'll give it a bit of ink. And we'll glue that one down. And again, just try and keep it sort of center to the butterfly images. And once they've dried and they're all sitting down really nicely. All right. So there you have it. So something just a little bit different, a little bit out of the box today. Still using the beautiful kits from the ladies at WhichCraftDoYouDo. So I'll run through them again. I will link the kits down below. Now also remember that the ladies at WhichCraftDoYouDo have offered subscribers to my channel a 15% discount on any of their digital kits, both on their Etsy store and their WhichCraftDoYouDo website. So I will link that discount code below. You just apply it at checkout to receive your discount. But yeah, so we've used the decorative mega pack, decorative papers mega pack set number 3. We've used the vintage bits and pieces set number 8 and the vintage people set number 2. So I hope you have enjoyed this. I hope this has given some inspiration to anyone that's got a heap of old frames lying around. Beautiful wall art, or you could pop the backing. I just don't have it handy, but these were a standing up frame, so you could pop that backing back on and then have it standing on your desk or in a display cupboard. Yeah, just something a little bit different. All right, everybody, thank you so much for joining me today. Yeah, I hope everyone has a wonderful Tuesday. Please stay safe and well, and I'll see you all again soon. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.